or some hourly POI sitting over here on the left. And this is where you get that that 15-minute change of character, right? So let me get rid of this real quick. Okay, you sweep the highs, you sweep the lows, okay, and then you would look to get in somewhere up here, which unfortunately price just took off. And a lot of times that's going to happen, okay? Your POI, your POI or whatever supply area up here, which actually was something in this candle, which is why I have drawn, caused this demand to go, okay? So whatever caused this demand to go, whatever supply took control over demand here, a lot of the times is revisited. It wasn't revisited in the same day, I don't believe. It was the same day. Quite a long time went by though. It was revisited, and you can see how this type of stuff works, right? So this one in itself is usually what we look for on the 1 minute. So you'll be taking a risk entry from here, and that's perfectly fine if you can't sit at your computer, right? A lot of times I can't either, but I have had more time on my hands to go down and actually trade the 1 minute, 30-second with these 15-minute, 30-minute POIs. Okay, I'm actually loving it, and that doesn't mean that my trading is different. It's just everything that we've been doing on smaller time frames versus holding those positions maybe over the short term, over 2 or 3 days. Okay, so that's all it is. It's just exactly what we've been doing. My trading is not changing. There's no need to trade any kind of style or system, right? We're just improving it and making it better. Okay, because whatever makes you profitable, and we are here to make money. I'm here to make money. I'm not here to do anything else. We're all in this business to make money and be financially free. That's the most important thing. Like I said, I say it all the time. I'm here to show you, how well someone, I hear a lot of things, and people are just showing people that these mentors are showing people, how well they can mark up a chart, or how well they can backtest in hindsight. Okay, and that's all nice, but it's all fun and games. Until it actually comes to executing, right, and making money. That's the whole point of this. I think people sometimes forget that you're here to make money. So, and that's the bottom line. So yeah, as you can see, this whatever caused the supply, something in here, some OB, if we went down to a lower time frame, sitting up here, caused this demand to fail, and it's revisited. Okay, so usually the reaction point, you could say that this would be your reaction point. So one of these two candles would be the reaction from this demand, and usually it's just whatever took out that reaction point, whatever cause took out the reaction point. Okay, so that's and that's called a flip. Really, it's just another fancy word of saying a flip is just another fancy word of saying just literally, honestly, just kind of a break in market structure, right, and then a return. That's all it is. That's just a fancy word to say that. Let me get rid of this because we don't want to confuse ourselves. Keep this over here. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense. So you look for the 4-hour order block, and then you look for 1 or 5 entry. No, that's not true. So when I say 4-hour, that term loosely means 2-hour, 3-hour, 4-hour, 5-hour, 6-hour, anywhere in between that range, right? This here, sitting here, let's just look at this. Let's just say we're on the 4-hour. Okay, just say that this is a 4-hour POI. Okay, it's actually probably like a 5-hour or a 6-hour POI. Okay, so what you can do, and whatever you're comfortable with, if you want to pull this whole range to mark out your OB or just use and refine it, is completely up to you. Whatever works best for you. It's good for you to go back and backtest and see what you like, see how deep price comes back into this area, because the order block actually starts here at this lower wick. Okay, it actually starts here. The buying actually starts here, and the selling actually starts up here. Okay, the selling actually starts up here at this wick. So this whole thing in itself is an OB, which obviously wasn't respected. Again, though, you can see how whatever was the cause of this supply to go was somewhere sitting in here, and you get a reaction off of that. Okay, so not a decent reaction, but you can use things like market structure, and you don't even want to be buying here because you are bearish, right? So yeah, this is what you'll see a lot of the times, right? And what I found that works very well together is just the 4-hour, the 15-minute, right? The 4-hour for higher time frame analysis, and you get something like a 4-hour POI and then a 15-minute POI in here. Okay, and then when that area is visited again, put that back. You look for lower time frame confirmations on the 1 minute or on the 30-second. Let's actually back test a little bit and go back to here because I didn't quite get the chance to take this trade. Like I said, I was looking at it, but I didn't get the chance to take it. So let's actually go down to something like the 30-second. Let's see what we have going on here. Okay, so this was the area we have marked out. This is the M15 POI within the 4-hour POI that we that's where that M15 change of character happened over here, somewhere on the left. Okay, and like I said, we're looking for whatever supply took out this demand. Okay, and this is your M15 change of character. You sweep the highs, you sweep the lows. Now you can create the narrative. Okay, that the minute 15, right, we might be heading down in the short term. Okay, so that's where these 15-minute change of characters are helpful, useful. Okay? And if you want to just enter off and always wait for a 15-minute change of character, you'll be a lot better off versus trying to enter on these lower time frames, right? Like I said, the 15-minute changes of character are super, super, super powerful. Okay, so let's take a look at this. I did not mean to do that at all. Let me go out here. Let's go back here, see where price taps in. Completely lost where we were. Give me 1 second, I apologize. Okay, we were looking at this right here. So let's go back and replay this market again. 30-second time frame. It could have happened on the 30-second or the 1 minute. I actually don't know because I haven't taken a look at that yet. So let's look at this together. So something in the chat. Why is the 15 minutes super powerful? Because you're looking at 15-minute bearish or bullish. We're looking at 4-hour bearish or bullish market structure, weak highs and weak lows. So when you do get the 15-minute change of character, that is just a sign that smart money is telling you, right? Sweep the highs, sweep the lows. Now it might be time for that 4-hour pullback to end, right? So we tap into the 4-hour POI right here. We have been bullish on the 15-minute until we tap into this 4-hour POI and we get our 15-minute change of character. This whole move is just a 4-hour pullback where you can totally be buying on the 15-minute, but you're in line with the 4-hour and the 15-minute when it's bearish. Why? Because 4-hour is bearish right now. You will be in line when the 15-minute change of character and the 15-minute turns bullish or bearish. You'll now be in line with the 4-hour pro trend. Okay, and that's where those moves are going to come to you, and that's why the 15-minute is so powerful. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. And I say 15-minute loosely. There will be times where I will look at like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15-minute POI just to get whatever is most clear. Okay, so I use that 15-minute loosely. I do not use it loosely when I'm looking at weak highs and weak lows. It's the 15-minute, the 4-hour, and the daily for the most part. Okay, so that's just with the majors that I've been kind of spending some more time at my desk and trading during New York during those hours. But I still do like, and we still obviously utilize those short-term trades, right? We had Audcad today, or not today, this week, which we wound up holding for a couple days. And yeah, so I can say that I'm both kind of a day trader and a short-term trader. Yes, I like this. I need to study that. Yeah, definitely. You definitely should take a look at this. It's 15-minute highs, weak lows, because ultimately the 15-minute is where you want to pull your supply and demand areas from. Okay, so let's not get off track here right now. Okay, so let's just see. How long is it going to take us to tap in here? Okay. Now, at this point, my alert would have been off, right? Tapping into this 15-minute POI. And now I'm looking for a sweep of the highs and a sweep of the lows, which we might not actually get, but we'll see. Okay, so that to me right there is a little sweep of the high and a sweep of the lows. So this is a completely valid entry. Okay, if you tap into your POI, you swept this high, you swept this low, and whatever caused this demand to go was some supply sitting up here. Okay, now this might not work out, and again, like I said, the change of characters, it might take you 1 or 2 to actually get your entry. Okay, so we blow through that -1, totally cool. Now what do we have? We have another sweep of the high. Okay, so we sweep the highs. And we sweep lows, change of character. Whatever caused this sort of last area of demand to go was something actually sitting in here, right? This is an OB on a lower time frame. Now, I'm totally fine with setting an order here at this sort of area of supply And I'm also fine with setting an order up here at this area of supply, because you don't actually know this was the main one that caused it, but certain pairs, and also it doesn't just mean that it's going to react, right? This area should be mitigated. It doesn't mean that price can't mitigate it and push through it. That's not what that means, okay? And that's not what I'm trying to tell you, okay? So it was either this area that caused the break in demand, or it was either this area of supply that caused the demand to go. Let's see if we ever actually revisit. There we go. Okay, so now we're in the trade. And you can see how price starts to react, okay? So this is turned into a little bit of a backtesting session, but I think it's okay. I think this is actually going to be very helpful to a lot of you guys. So let's see how far we run. Okay, and we're looking at right now, we are looking at, or you can, again, you can totally do this too. You can totally take this 15 pip stop loss if you're okay with that. But I'm also totally cool with taking a 4 pip stop here, 3 pip, probably something more like a 3, yeah, something between 3 and 4 pip stop, taking a loss and then entering again up here, okay, with another 1%. Okay, so right now, at this point, right here, you would have had 5R, okay, and this is an example where I'm saying you could close out 50% volume. I like this back testing with you teaching well. It's really great. Okay, I'm glad you guys like this. That's awesome. Okay, now I want to show you something. If you do wind up missing the change of character, okay, and you do wind up missing this top, right? We always talk about how you don't need to pick really the tops and bottoms, but if you do wind up missing this change of character, right, and this entry right here, you can start looking for the flip entries. You have an area of demand that was broken here. Okay. Demand. This was a flip, right? Just a break. This is a flip. Again, it's just a fancy word for a break in market structure. Okay. That's really all it is after the change of character. Okay. And then something sitting up here was what actually caused it to go. So let me pull this whole OB to the bottom of this black wick sitting here. And this would have been another beautiful entry, okay? Okay, here again, an example of just a chalk and flip, a change of character and a flip. Break and market structure. Whatever caused this demand to go was some supply sitting in this area, and you could have taken another trade here with your stop above this area, right? This is just an OB on a higher time frame, right? Let's look at the 1 minute, 2 minute, and there we are. Okay, so this is a 2 minute POI sitting right here. Okay, that's just the OB on a higher time frame. Right, you break the demand, whatever caused the demand to go is something sitting up here, and we tap into it, and you can see how this all starts to come together and how you can take multiple entries and re-entries. Again, it's just like really the same thing as looking for those areas of supply after supply takes control. I do have a YouTube channel. I'm super confused. Was this link shared with somebody? Because this is only supposed to be for people in premium. I probably should have asked that. I'll let it slide for now, but I'll have to do something to change that because Pascal, are you a part of the mentorship or no? It's totally fine if you aren't. I get it. I'm not going to be upset. It's totally fine. I do have a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Samson FX. If you could just send me a private message and let me know if you are part of the mentorship or not. Because if these links are getting out, that's not fair to the. Yeah, I think he just left, or maybe not. I don't know. That's not fair to the people who have paid for the mentorship, because this is ultimately what they pay for. And I apologize for any of my students who are in here. And yeah, that's not what I want to happen. So I'll have to do something about that. But I'm not mad at you, Pascal. Unless you are a part of the mentorship, I honestly don't know. I don't believe so. The fact that you just asked me if I had a YouTube channel makes me think that you're not. My YouTube is Samson FX, yes. And it's nice to have you here today, but I will have to do something about that later. I apologize. It's nothing personal, but ultimately, it's not fair to the people who are applying themselves and have paid to learn this kind of stuff. So let's just continue here. Okay, and at this point, you could even be out of this trade. Okay, so now we're running something like, I probably wouldn't be out. Never mind. 50% would definitely be off now. definitely taking partials, right? You definitely want to take those partials. You also have this area of demand that we just had a reaction off of here alone. And if you took to both of these entries, this trade would be running, you would have 7R combined for something around 11R. Okay, and it just continues on and on and on and on and on. Okay, this was a trade that I did actually take. And this was also a trade that I actually took. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Let's go down to the 30-second. Okay, so again, sweeping. I think this might have been actually. Someone I need everyone to mute. Sorry about that noise. Let's take a look here. Okay, so here you go. On your 15-second, this was a more precise entry, to say the least. You get a sweep of the highs, and you get a sweep of the low. Whatever caused this demand to go was a supply area, or wait, hang on, give me a second here. Was a supply area, yep. So this was another chalk and flip. Was a supply area sitting up here, okay? So this would have been your ultimate entry, right? The perfect entry. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to take that. Okay, so this demand was broken by something sitting up here in this supply. You don't really have a reaction point. You want to look for like a doji or some kind of reaction point to this area of demand, right? And whatever winds up taking that out is usually the area that is going to be retested, okay? And then again, just a simple, another chalk and flip, right? So whatever caused, let's take a look at here. I don't actually completely remember how I got into this, but this is obviously an OB sitting somewhere on the 1 minute. Okay, so this was a 1 minute OB. I actually don't really remember the narrative behind this. Unfortunate. Okay, no, I do. Okay, so this is again another flip, right? Whatever caused something in here to go. Let's go on the 15-second. I think I just took this whole area. That's the best way I can explain it, at least, as a demand that went, and it was caused by something sitting in this whole area, right? I just took this whole area. Realistically, it was probably this candle, which I don't think wound up being tested. But yeah. Okay, and we go down and down and down and start melting. Okay, so you can see how how powerful these change of characters and these flips can be. I don't know what happened here. Let's check. I believe we are inside a 15-minute PO. Wow. Might be, yeah. Okay, here we go. So this was an example where inside a higher time frame POI, the first change of character didn't continue all the way down, right? We would have been able to take partials and profit off of this. And then you take another one, and the second one ends up working. Okay, and if you're unsure, like I said, I was probably just sometimes you won't be able to see like exactly what demand took out, what supply. The candles, the price action will be a little bit sloppy. So you just take the whole area, right? This is probably a 4 pip stop, 2.2 pip stop, which is totally fine with me, right? You don't need to dial it down. You just need to understand that something in here or something in here caused the change, caused the demand to go. Okay, so if you're unsure and you're unsure, just take the whole area. 2.5 pip stop is absolutely nothing. And we'll have 15-second on MT4 where I trade from. Okay. What you're going to be wanting to do is look at trading view instead. So I would suggest definitely making a switch over to trading view and then just maybe executing on MT4. That's a little bit of an inconvenience, I know, but yeah, you definitely want these seconds because a lot of times we won't get that 1 minute change of character. It'll just be on the 30-second or the 15-second. But yeah, so that was GU. I hope you guys were able to find some value out of that. Let's go over the actual trade that we profited off of this week, which was somewhere over here. Okay, and then yeah, price came back to stop us at break even after several partials, I believe. So let's see where we got stopped. Somewhere, yep, this would have been where we got stopped out after taking partials of about something off of 6.7 R. I was almost fully out of the trade by the time this came back. So depending on how you partialed out, you should have profited off of this, but I've traded people can't trade from it. I can't trade from TradingView either. I use MT4 on my phone to execute trades. Anyway, not completely sure what kind of POI this was, but let's start looking around. Start on the 4 hour. Okay, so we have this area here, 3 hour. Sell the buy wicks. Okay, so let's look at 2 hour. Here it is. Okay, so this was our 2 hour POI. Okay, and we are obviously looking for lower time frame confirmations, I believe, when we got in here. Yep. Yep, we do get that, and we could have entered on the 15-minute or the 8 minutes. Let's go down to the 15-minute. Okay, here's an example where you get that 15-minute change of character. Again, super, super powerful. Sweep the highs. This could have been a loss for you coming into this, but we didn't see this. This is a completely valid place to take sells. Again, you would have taken a -1 here. Price would have came back. You look for your second change of character. You sweep the highs up here. You sweep the lows down here. Okay, whatever caused this demand, this last demand in this wick. Thank you. Whatever caused this demand to go was something sitting in this wick up here. Okay, was the supply sitting in this wick, sitting up here. Okay, and this would have been a more realistic entry. I think we just took the whole area. Like I said, if we go down to the 8-minute, you'll see the perfect POI. That's the exact refined POI, right? This is beautiful OB, and this is what we entered off of. And yeah, that was the narrative behind this trade. This low failed to take this high sitting here, so this to go. Okay, so that was Audcad. Are there any questions so far? Give a lesson on how to go. I have to go between the two, TradingView and finding the lower time frames. I'm a little bit confused by your question, Jacqueline. If you could word that a bit differently, I want to try to understand so I can answer it. I apologize. Okay, no questions on that. Let's take a look at UJ. We were just on the wrong side of the market here. We became liquidity for this trade, which is why we lost it. Okay. And that's going to happen. That's going to happen. That's totally fine. Okay. I was looking at this area on the 15-minute, has equal lows or has inducement sitting around it to buy, right? I think we are bearish. Yep, we're bearish on the 15-minute, but we are bullish currently on the 4 hour. That is why I wanted to buy from this area with inducement sitting under it. It doesn't look like we came back. We're coming back anytime soon, but the alert is set. I'll be looking for areas to buy, or I'll be looking for a change of character down here to wind up buying this pair. You mentioned you go from TradingView to actually trading from your phone. How do we duplicate that? I'm not sure what you mean. I execute on my phone. I don't set limits on TradingView. I set the limits on my phone. I'm not sure. Like you just keep. I just keep my phone next to me when I'm looking at the charts. Really. I'm out and about, so I can't be at my computer all the time. Oh, you set limits. Yes. Unless it's a market execution, which in some cases it is. I believe this was one. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Now, what we need to look at right now is the fact that we tapped into this POI before. We have liquidity sitting here. We have liquidity sitting here. And I was trying to sell from this area of supply. Okay, so you can see what actually happened. This became inducement. There's money sitting up here. This just became inducement for the next area of supply that needed to be mitigated. Again, take note, this 15-minute demand was caused by this 15-minute supply. This is another example of a change of character and a flip. Okay, this is the supply that caused the demand to go. Unfortunately, we picked the POI maybe a little bit too much priced in a discount versus premium, right? We want that. Let's just actually take a look at it here. I want to do it from this whole leg. So this wasn't the best was definitely not the best POI to look for. It's not, didn't even hit equilibrium yet. Pretty, pretty honestly, pretty bad narrative, pretty bad trade actually. I'm not sure I didn't take a closer look at this, but it's gonna happen, right? I can't see everything. And this is a game of probabilities. So you can see that this POI sitting up here is much better priced than this area of supply sitting down here. Okay, let's go down to let's actually replay this here. Let's bar back to where we tapped into this supply, this wick. And let's go down to 1 minute and see what we have going on. Definitely not perfect. Always chasing perfection, but definitely never perfect. That's for sure. Okay, we tap in right here. There's your change character. Okay, we swept the highs here. Oh wait, give me a second here. Let's just play this through. Okay, so we didn't want to, yeah, if we had swept the highs here and then swept these lows, that would have completed the change of character, but instead we created another one, sweep the highs, swept the lows. I don't know why that just happened extremely fast. Let me go back. Okay, we're inside our 15-minute POI. Sweep the highs, sweep the lows. Eventually, here we go. We sweep the lows. Now, I'll keep this up here actually. Whatever caused this demand to go was something sitting either up here or it was this sort of candle right here. Okay, so you see we mitigate it. We mitigate this area, start to go in some profit. And then we get blown right back. Okay, but that's the importance of also taking partials. We probably should have taken a partial off of here. We didn't. So price redistributed and went to the upside. And it's not guaranteed to run, every 15-minute week low yet. We expect it and it should go in the future, but that doesn't mean that this is the area that's going to run the low. It doesn't mean that, right? It's a game of probabilities. So we have this system, we have a set of rules, and this is what we go off of. So yeah, but this is what you want to look for. It's exactly what you want on any time frame, right? Like I said, on any time frame, this happens on every single time frame. So, don't think you need to use exactly what I use, or just find whatever works for the best for you. Keep just the changes of character, weak highs, weak lows, and pricing, premium, and discount in mind, and you should succeed. Okay. Are there any questions? So this is what we're looking at on UJ as of right now as well, just to put that out there. I wonder why that went off so quick on UJ. Probably a news spike or something, but also again, it wasn't really that good of a trade. We weren't even in premium, which is not what I like to see. So yeah, the better trade was obviously to be from this area, right? And I did get a reentry, unfortunately. Did not get a reentry, and you can see that we're targeting this low. Okay, you need a body close for this to be broken. This is just a liquidity grab and go. Like I said, there's no guarantee that this POI is going to take this low, that this POI is going to take this low. It could be something up here. It could be something up here. It could be something even deeper in the 4-hour pullback that the wind up going bearish. We're not even at equilibrium from the 4-hour high and low right now. So this is the 4-hour low and high that you would want to be buying from. Okay, and in this case, we tested the extreme of the 4-hour low. And obviously, you could be looking for trades. There's some sort of POI sitting down here. I guarantee it. Let's just go on the 15-minute and check. Or the 4-hour, even. There's something sitting down here. There's something in here where you could have been looking to take trades off. It doesn't look that clean, so we didn't. But you want to be looking for buys anyway. You want to be pro trend with the 4-hour, but you can play the pullback. You can play the sell. Okay, so that again, this was really just not a good trade to take at all. You want to be buying in this case. We are so far deep in this leg now that we expect this 4-hour high to go. We are bullish on the 4-hour. We are bullish on the daily as well. Okay, so this would have been a shorter term trade, short-term shorts, and that's probably why it just didn't work out. We weren't even pro trend. So yeah, that's what happened there. And we actually are still in trading within a range. Okay, on the 15-minute, this high needs to go for us to be bullish on the 15-minute again. All right. Are there any questions? I feel like we should wrap it up there. It's been about 45 minutes. I feel like this was a really good session. I mean, we can do more back testing stuff like this, sort of live back testing in hindsight, if you guys like. Are there any questions at all? Good stuff. I like for sure. Okay, great. Awesome. I'm glad you like this. Okay, can we wrap up here? Great session. Good stuff for sure. I think we'll wrap up here then if there's no questions. Okay, so I will talk to you guys all a week from now. So I'll see you guys all Sunday. I will be traveling a little bit, but I'll be on the East Coast, so the time will stay the same. Great, all good. Thank you. Okay, great, great, great. Yeah, I'll see you all guys. I'll see you all guys. I'll see you guys next week. Okay, let's all have another profitable week. And feel free to reach out with me or to me with any questions. Also, if anyone you know, or any of your friends, friends or family are trading and need help and need some guidance, just send them my way. Because ultimately I do want to build this. I want to build this community up, and I want to be a part of something bigger. So yeah, I hope you guys really find value in this. Again, I'm glad you liked it. It sounds like you guys liked it by what's going on. And yep, all right, I will talk to you guys all next week. Let's wrap up here. Everyone, good luck. Everyone, stay safe. Spend time with family. It's important. Some crazy stuff going on in the world right now, and no one really ever knows how much time we have left. So yeah, honestly, just this turned into like a motivational speech, but just do the things you love. And crazy stuff going on in the world right now. So try to just do what makes you happy and be around the people that make you happy. Okay, I know some people reach out to me with problems in life. I'm very fortunate to be in the United States of America, and I don't realize that, and I take it for granted sometimes, definitely. But yeah. All right. Yep. All right. So true. Right. Crazy world. All right. Everyone stay safe. Take care. I'll speak with you guys in a week from now. Okay. Bye bye.